On May 6th, Rockstar dropped a nuclear bomb called GTA 6 Trailer 2, and 4 days later, the internet is still scrambling to filter out every single nugget of information from this relatively brief 160 seconds of footage. I've already done a full trailer breakdown and analysis on this topic, so you should probably check that out, but in this video, I'm going to cover 10 secret new features that we get a glimpse of within this new trailer. I don't know if these will make their way into the final game, so for now, consider this speculation based off of the trailer itself, but I think we have some pretty solid evidence here to work with because at the end of the trailer, Rockstar mentions that all of this was captured on PlayStation 5. No CGI trickery, of course. A lot of the new gamers that just consume the slop nowadays and don't really know Rockstar's ways found that hard to believe, but this is what the game will look like and play like when it finally releases. And honestly, we're still at least a year away, so it's probably going to look and feel even better when it does drop. Something a lot of you might have missed though is the fact that we're getting not one, not two, but 5 new locations in addition to Vice City. So these include the Leonida Keys Archipelago, the Grass Rivers Wetland, Port Gellhorn, the industrial town of Ambrosia, as well as the hunting paradise that is known as Mount Calaga. And I believe that the opening scene where we see Jason fixing some leaks on the roof might be from the Leonida Keys, of course, and later the helicopter chase through the marshes takes place in the Grass Rivers, and everything in between is a mix of Vice City, Ambrosia, Port Gellhorn, as well as Mount Calaga. There's also a chance that Leonida won't be the only state because we occasionally get glimpses of license plates from a state called Gloriana, and even a license plate with Liberty City on it. Now the canyon path that we see in one of the photos for Mount Calaga, the one with the bridge in the back, doesn't look anything like Florida, of course, but it does look very similar to Georgia's Providence Canyon State Park. These might be new explorable regions in addition to Leonida, or maybe they'll be available as part of some DLC package, or maybe just some side mission in the story, sort of like how we travel to North Yankton in GTA 5. But I think personally, we're just going to see that on the northern end of the map, and that's going to be a bordering state that's also part of Leonida, essentially. But no matter what direction Rockstar takes, the addition of multiple states is going to be a massive shift from any prior GTA game. Almost as massive as the May 9th update for Grand RP, which comes with a full UI overhaul, new inventory system, new maps for Business Wars, a new PvP battleground locations, and more. And Grand RP has been the long premier choice for GTA role players with its massive community and frequent updates, but now it's getting a new seasonal battle pass in preparation for summer 2025, along with the new themed event, new clothes, revamped animations, and much more. This isn't just a cosmetic upgrade, it completely changes the way you play Grand RP because item management is now a lot easier, and thanks to the Spotlight feature, you will never miss out on events or discounts as long as you're logged in. Finances are also going to be way more streamlined thanks to the overhauled ATM and bank designs, and there's a lot of community-made content for you and your friends to enjoy the moment you sign up for Grand RP. So go ahead and sign up with my link in the description and pinned comment so you can get a free BMW M5 for a limited time period, along with introductory cash prizes. Remember guys, Grand RP is 100% free. All you need is a licensed copy of GTA 5 to play. Just enter your in-game name, email, password, select a server, and you're good to go from that point on. I play on English server number 1, so feel free to join my family, the Hazard Gang, over on there, and sign up today and join me in the best GTA roleplay server, Grand RP. The first thing that stands out to me when I rewatch the trailer over and over is the specific focus on robberies, and GTA 5, as you remember, was all about heists. Trevor, Michael, Franklin, and Lester get together for a big score in the end as they try to free themselves from the clutches of the FIB and IAA. But way back in 2022, when we got the infamous mega leak with over 90 clips being released on GTA forums and that website, people speculated based on those clips that GTA 6 would shift away from heists to robberies. And that theory has pretty much now been vindicated with Trailer 2, as one of the first things that you see Jason do is rob a cash register at what appears to be maybe a convenience store or pawn shop. I don't really know, but just a store. And Jason slaps the cashier before emptying the register. And if you pay attention, you can even see a phone number on the cash register with the area code 305, which is a Florida code. There's also a hookah in the background with 2 dudes laid out on the floor, presumably from the beating that Jason just delivered. And something really cool about the register robbing scene is that you can actually see the coins move when he pulls out the drawer. But overall, a short while later, Lucia can also be seen with a skull mask covering the lower half of her face as she points at MP5 at some desk clerks, and the red alarm lights in the background, the workers' uniforms, and the computer screens indicate that this might be some sort of bank. And we can also see Jason taking a hostage, which matches up to the gameplay from the leaked videos because those also show a new hostage system with differing hostage states. And as Lucia jumps out of a second story window here, Brian Hader, one of the new characters in the game, who basically functions as Jason's landlord and boss, tells him that the cops have his name and address. And this might point to the new police dispatch system where onlookers can give your details to the cops, and they will then shift their approach depending on how well armed you are, what you're driving, where you live, etc. And it's all very realistic, and it makes perfect sense for a game focused on these kinds of robberies. Of course, I don't believe we'll be limited just to robbing small businesses like motels and diners, because the trailer also shows quite a few vehicle hijacking scenes that wouldn't look out of place in a Fast and Furious movie, including one where a truck is pulling a rather large safe behind it, and it looks like a one-to-one recreation of the safe scene from Dukes of Hazzard. Next, we've got our new dynamic duo, and this isn't as much of a secret fact as the others because most of you already knew that we're getting a Bonnie and Clyde storyline based on the initial leaks in trailer 1, but this time we have a lot more exposition on exactly how Jason and Lucia came to know each other. If you visit the GTA 6 official website and look just above Jason's bio, it says that Jason and Lucia's fates became intertwined with each other when an easy score goes wrong, and the two unwittingly ended up in the middle of a criminal conspiracy stretching across the state of Leonida. I believe that the few snippets we see of Jason and Lucia take place relatively early on in the game because Lucia just got out of the penitentiary and she's still doing community service while Jason resorts to odd jobs and robberies to pay the bills. And if you're wondering how Lucia got jailed in the first place, it's because she was trying to fight for her family and she manages to get out through sheer luck. But one thing's for sure here, and that's that Lucia and Jason already know each other from before she got jailed. And I'm gonna guess here that their relationship takes a romantic turn after they're forced to look out for each other as they fight to survive the dark web of criminal conspiracy, and this might lead to a tragic ending towards the end of the game, similar to the real-life Bonnie and Clyde, or maybe not. Maybe we'll be able to save them both. Who knows? The only way to know for sure is when the game comes out next year and we play it and experience the end of the game. In addition to the new locations, we're also getting quite a few new vehicles. The trailer showcased some current-gen vehicles in the form of the Vapid Cara 4x4, and we also see a new Ute that is a Vapid vehicle, and that's probably based on the Ford Ranchero. Jason is also riding a Principe motorbike, the Alvino V1, which also seems to be based on the Ducati Panigale V2. There are also a few other vehicles that are new, like an SUV that's inspired by the Audi Q7, a brand new Pegassi sports car that can be seen driving along Vice Beach in the first trailer, and if you visit the GTA 6 wiki, you can also see a whole list of vehicles that were present in the two trailers, but safe to say that we're getting not just new cars, but also jet skis, dirt bikes, helicopters, boats. Based on the second trailer, it's looking pretty sick. Hopefully the boats don't suck as much in this game as they did in GTA 5 because they were more of a novelty item in that game more than anything useful, but I think we may see some improvements this time around. GTA 6 is also going to have some pretty intense weapon mods because in one of the photos for Cal Hampton, a new character, we can see a semi-auto pistol on his desk with what looks to be a switch installed. And a switch is one of those illegal mods that goes on the back of a Glock's pistol slide, and that's going to turn it from semi-auto into fully auto with the press of a switch, and the gun also has custom sights, custom grips, gold-plated mag release, as well as gold-plated slider release, so this might indicate extensive customization options, more so than any previous GTA game. Maybe we'll get flared mag wells, ported barrels, new optics, exotic ammo types. In the bank robbery scene, you can see that Lucia is running iron sights while Jason has a red dot on his MP5, and his stock is extended to the rear, so we might even get things like extendable or folding stocks for weapons, which will make them easier to use inside vehicles. I'm just spitballing here, but let me know what you guys think. Will gun customization in GTA 6 be more lifelike, or are we just going to get more GTA 5 style weapons with a fresh coat of paint? Honestly, I think they're going to go all out, especially with the weapons and the cars. After seeing all the other details and fine improvements they've made, I don't know why they would simply gloss over the weapons and the vehicle customization. I feel like we'll be able to take them really, really far. Another thing that caught my eye while watching the trailer was the fact that so many scenes feature Jason or Lucia jumping into moving vehicles or even jumping off of them. Like there's a shot of Lucia jumping into the back of a semi-trailer from her motorbike, and shortly after that we see Jason hopping onto the back of Lucia's car while she's driving. This suggests that the presence of a vehicle hijacking system lets you transition from one vehicle to another seamlessly, maybe to throw off the cops or to escape a damaged vehicle before it turns into a flaming wreck. We already see a system in Red Dead Redemption 2 where Arthur Morgan or your player in online or John Marston can jump off of your horse onto another horse to basically commandeer that person's horse. That's pretty cool. And by the way, how cool was that airplane fight scene? If you pause it at just the right time, you can actually see Lucia's muscles bulging from under her skin, which goes to show the level of detail that the animators and muscle designers have put into this game. The graphics have clearly been upgraded to the point where Trailer 1 looks like a last-gen game compared to Trailer 2. And speaking of graphics, did you notice the small little details like the beer swirling around the bottles as Jason walks out of the store? Or look at this scene where he's talking with Brian. Look at the reflections in his sunglasses. You can almost make out the shape of the tree line in the distance as it's reflected on his sunglasses. Even the hood of the Cara 4x4 is full of detail. You get all the little streaks of mud and dirt across it. And when Brian walks, you can even see the dust kicking up and then settling under his feet with each step he takes. The most impressive thing to me though is the lighting. It appears to be fully ray traced, even though the hardware in the PS5 and even the Xbox Series X is relatively primitive compared to modern Nvidia GPUs, so I honestly have no clue how Rockstar have pulled off this kind of lighting on 2020 hardware, but I guess that makes sense for the performance we're going to be getting. But also pay close attention to the transition as Jason walks into the house. It focuses on him and stabilizes, kind of like how it would if we were to go from a cutscene to live gameplay. Of course, this further indicates, in my opinion, those seamless transitions from cutscene to gameplay like we have in GTA 5, in Red Dead Redemption 2, with zero delays, and that would definitely be possible as well with the super fast storage tech in the 9th gen consoles. This is also a feature I'm just excited about overall, as it would make the narrative flow much more smoothly with gameplay and add to the immersion of GTA 6. There also seems to be a new cage fighting minigame, because in the trailer we see Lucia throwing some nice high kicks at what looks to be a boxing gym, and her bio mentions that she was trained in fighting by her dad from an early age, so maybe Lucia could introduce us to some underground fighting rings or bookies. Just guessing here. We had something similar in Cyberpunk 2077, but to be honest, fist fighting in that game absolutely sucked, and we know that GTA 6 is going to do it a lot better. In addition to combat sports, we might also get fishing, basketball, kayaking, and off-road racing as activities that we could participate in as a player. There's also a local biker gang in Ambrosia, so it would be really cool if we could somehow start a gang of our own or even compete against them. And finally, we might even see a return of the bodybuilding system from GTA San Andreas, combined with the grooming system from Red Dead Redemption 2. In several places throughout the trailer, we can see Jason's facial hair as well as hairstyle change. Plus, he looks way more muscular compared to the first trailer. There's also a scene of him benching at Muscle Beach, so that kind of supports the theory that bodybuilding as well as gyms will make a return in GTA 6. If that happens, everyone's Jason is going to look entirely different, and that's going to add a whole layer of personalization that hasn't really been seen in GTA for over 20 years. But anyways, that's all I have for the video here today. I'd love to know what you think of my list. Is there anything that you think we missed that we should have covered here in terms of major themes and details that we discovered? Any secrets or other hidden details that you'd like to add? Please let me know in the comments below. Also, if you like the video, then like the video, as well as subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and you want to see more GTA 6 content here coming on the channel. I have a few more video ideas for this game, so if you guys kind of want to see that and me discuss trailer 2 in more detail, then let me know and I can get working on that for you as well. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. Check out my YouTube shorts and TikToks for daily short form content as well, and I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, adios amigos.